All right, welcome everyone. A while back, I was watching Straz Daddy stream, and I don't remember the exact context, but I asked somehow I was in the Twitch chat, and then the famed Twitch chat, right? I asked, "Oh, can we be part of the Maverick community, so to speak?" And one of the strikes against my list have always been I never register Wasteland, or at most like one in the sideboard. Now, if you have, you know, looked at the latest uh, MTGO deck list dump, let me bring that up. Actually, I even thought this prior to Edge of Eternities, but one of the problems, or one of the tougher matchups for this deck in recent memory has been the key ring matchup. And let's take a look at this. I guess this is just today. There's a good amount of Mystic Forge combo and or what's listed as Mystic. Maybe this is not the best example. Let's go back to the other day. The first day, I believe it was like maybe this one. I don't remember. One of the days, I don't remember. Nope, this is not the right one. Must be this one then. Yeah, this is the one. There, the first day there was a bunch playing the new Tezzeret, and I found the matchup hard, particularly because their mana base is what's it call it? Their mana base is very. There's only playing one copy, but it's immune to null rod and artifact hate. Outside, I guess Saga is hit by Force of Vigor, but this makes the matchup very tough because you kind of have to interact on two different axes on their half before you stick a collective and the game is like over. Modern Horizons 2 has like completely changed that because in particular I think Planar Nexus is just an egregious card, but so are obviously Glaring Fleshraker plus Koza Clement is the combo that Eldrazi was abusing too, and it also abused in the Cloud Post decks. Now, I thought, what if we just ran our own land destruction? Now, historically speaking, if you look at the Maverick list, the Cradle slots typically compete against the Wasteland slots. So I did what I could with the mana base, and I like kind of pushed it to the limit here, and playing three Wastelands while keeping two Cradles because I think the history of Maverick is just being ahead on tempo against your opponent. Like you're essentially a Delver deck, but in different colors, and with better creatures, I guess, if you want to call it that. Green is also the as of right now, I think part of Green's identity is the Graveyard Police. So we want to play into our strengths, right? Keen Eye Curator, Endurance, Wily Reliquary. Uh, a smaller part feature of Green that I think is like not talked about enough is the ability to destroy artifacts with Force of Vigor, for instance, and ramp obviously. So I want to play into our strengths. I don't want to. Let's not get too sidetracked. I guess. Let's see how this goes. A question I get asked a lot is why the one Leyline of the Void? I found this is like one of my favorite things to do. I used to think this was atrocious deck building. Thank you, always home. Until I talked to my good friend Jonathan Zhang, who convinced me with math that this is correct, or at least very strong. Maybe not always correct, but all right. We're playing against Joe L. I lost to them the other day, and they were on oops. They good luck, have fun me, and I said I'm probably not gonna have fun against them. And lo and behold, they killed me on turn one with you know uh, pack negation protection with oops. So the prophecy was foretold, right? We'll see how it goes now. Four, definitely get like the old vintage plan, right? great. They changed decks. Oh well. There's a awkward bog here, but it is what it is. They good luck, have fun me again. Um, I don't know if I was supposed to assume they're on oops or not, but not a fan of playing against this opponent. I never have fun when I play, regardless of what they play. It's always some non-meta deck that just gives me no practice, right? It's always some non-meta deck. Now, the question here is like, are they just like leaving a fatal push? I don't want white to get dazed. That would be awful. I think I'd rather white die to a fatal push than get dazed. There you go. Okay. There's the old entomb. If they daze me here, I'm gonna feel really bad. Oof, thank goodness. You know what? Unfortunately, the bog is in our deck, but they don't know that. Maybe they just concede. I'm happy people do that. But again, I just, win or lose, I just never have fun against this player. Sure. We don't target. Well, I guess we do. With Kenai. I don't know why they're playing that main, but let's see. What are we doing? We can get 4 or 5. I guess we can get 5 damage in if we attack with the lair. Just while holding up pseudo fake bog, right? I don't even know what this does. My dog is like choking or something. Question here is like, do I want to wasteland them or do I want to clock them? Does wasteland even do anything here? Like, they already have 2 lands. Yeah, let's just wasteland them. Maybe it matters. Important to do that on the draw step. Actually, this is the wasteland was relevant because they had to pay 1 for the extra card, right? All right, they concede. I'm pretty sure that wasteland was relevant there instead of just clocking them. I actually, thank you for the raid, Everett. Appreciate it. I'm playing a deck in name that you would probably have great disdain for. The one ley line, here we go. I'm like debating what do I even want? Yeah, there. That's it's kind of this is what this is becoming. As much as it pains me to say, this is what it looks like it's becoming. I'm definitely not registering 61 cards. How do I board against this? I like did my actually. Let's just give the people what they want. Here's my sideboard map. What's it called? That I just well just updated today. But I'll give. I guess we'll give a sneak peek. Here we go. It says I'm taking out Thoughtseize. That doesn't seem right against this player because they're probably on like show and tell. The Rock, sure. The millions of, in his fans, right? All right. What the hell are we doing here? Do we want Safekeeper against them? Like, I feel like they're not the type to, I feel like they're all in combo usually. So maybe Safekeeper's like not good here. Gris is probably relevant in case they show and tell in. I guess we'll cut a forest. I don't know. Sure, why not? How's your stream, ever? Three wastelands. Three wasteland. I think this is fine. This is actually pretty good. Outside the two once upon a times. Okay. I guess we're gonna turn one, seize them. We'll seize some thoughts. Oh, that's not what I want to see. It could just be dead here, depending on what's in their hand. What is going on here? They got a free entomb. We gotta dig for that endurance. Jeez. All right. Note to self: do not do that in case this happens again. I guess we're gonna have to just take the bog and pray, right? But yeah, I gotta make. I keep forgetting about that. Like this could happen. This is interesting. I guess we take the gravestone. I don't. The cantrips all kind of do the same thing. What is going on? They got a free entomb too. What is it? We just gotta pray now. Ah, we're dead. Oh, that was seized. That's fine. I don't think I care. I'm just happy we're not dead here because our opponent like lucked into a free entomb. They probably take the white. I'd have to imagine. Ideally, we draw one drop here and just like bog the you know what out of them. Yep, that makes sense. Dork. That's not bad. That is not bad. Take their ponder, presumably. Emrakul. Okay, they're gonna try show and tell us. The funny thing here is, we take their Emrakul. It actually hits the Gristlebrand too. Hmm. So we can stop the show and tell play. I think I like that actually. I'm a little scared of the show and tell plan here. Um, I guess we just play that. I don't think it matters. So I rather them be missing two uh pieces than one, right? Like they for sure have show and tell. Looking good. Ponder next. I want to see another shuffle, hopefully. I gotta restore some. I punted the 5-0 earlier today. Well, it really is from last night's league. But I'm hoping to restore Romario's confidence in this deck. I know he got a lost some confidence. I don't blame him too, because Mystic Forge is looking real good right now. I think we just play the Kina and just like pass, hold up, one layer of protection. I gotta reintroduce Romario here to the Cradle gang. It's like Jay Z said, right? Let me reintroduce myself. Oh no, you kidding me? Jesus, I even took the Emrakul. What is going on? That is kind of unreal, but all right. Can't beat that, I guess. They shuffled and they kept. Well, what can you do? What can you do? I don't think I can beat that outside of Grist. And even then, it's like real dicey. And they have four, so we're probably just out of luck here. Well, actually, one thing we could do, I guess, is maybe we just grow this bad boy and just like, what do they keep here? Force the will, show and tell, Archon. We can't win this race, unfortunately. Probably should have just once first. That's something. Unfortunately, this probably gets forced here. Just never have fun against this opponent. Oh, the disrespect. Letting a wild roller card resolve. The disrespect. Maybe I need to play two talent gates again. Like I feel like people are just like scouting my list or something. All right. They have force hardcast, I guess. That's something. So we're not gonna get that Atraxa through. I mean, not Grist through again. I guess they're gonna show and tell in the Archon. Yep, sure. They must have pitch because it'd be pretty reckless of them to like. What's going on here? Another show and tell? How many show and tells can they possibly have? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. All right, we are dead. That's okay. Game three. That's why we play these. Do we change anything based on what we just saw? I don't think so. I don't think they play removal. Like I don't care about auto aura. Like it's 4 mana bounce spell. Question is, do we want that land? I don't think so. I think I think I'm fine with what we have here. Especially now with showing that the Gris gets a lot better too. Their their deck, like I played against them over I don't know about years, but last year or so, they always have the like show and tell sideboard juke. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Go turn one, seize, turn two, noble, maybe waste. Sounds like a plan. With backup, get rid of that show and tell out of their hand. Shallow grave and tomb ponder. Let's get that show and tell out of there. It's the one card I think that is scary here. They don't know about this wasteland that is potentially gonna ruin their life. They don't know about this wasteland that's potentially gonna ruin their life right now. Whew, what a hand right now. Like we are just something else. That's a must force. I doubt they have days. The only thing is we don't have 2 layers of protection here. We have the one only. If they draw force, I'm just gonna be beyond irritated. Or days. You got to be kidding me. How it just unreal. Like nothing into irritating. Irritating. Maybe it's on us. Maybe we should have just like gave them the show and tell. The problem is we're just like completely naked against it. Maybe maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. Are you kidding me? Maybe I should have taken the entomb. You gotta be kidding me. have it all. Okay, I'm almost gonna rage quit here off stream. And for once, I thought I was gonna. I don't mind playing against Reanimator. Well, I guess I do mind, but like, it's just the games are not very interesting. Like, even if I win or lose, it's very linear games. It's hard to get outplay your opponent. Maybe I missed up there. I don't know. I have to imagine taking the show and tell is correct because we have a hard time. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should rely on the Wasteland plan. Feel like probably misplayed in retrospect, right? Oh, I almost screwed up. I only have one arbor here, and I can't. I realize I cannot ramp, so maybe I have to play two arbors. It's suddenly a drawback here now. That one's on me probably. Man, I'm not doing my job to reinstill that confidence in Romario. What do you think, Chad? Did I misplay earlier, or or did I make the right play and just it didn't work out? Should I taken the entomb or the yeah? Should I guess I should have taken the entomb? Let's play this first in case they try to have removal and response. I don't mind if I made the right play and it didn't work out. That's fine with me. Okay, sure. I think here the second arbor is like killing me right now. Aha. Okay. We lost a land, but we can't cast endurance anyway, so it is what it is. Maybe they have another one. Is that what it is? Oh, I think they do. They're digging hard for the plow here. We need to find another land ASAP for that safekeeper that is just going to lock up the game. That is not the safekeeper. Question. The good thing is there are two now. Mhm. Wait. Oh, that resolved earlier. Okay. So they tab out. I'm gonna sack here. Put into my other basic force. Tutor for the safekeeper and lock up the game. That's the route to victory. Okay, that's game. They cannot beat this card. I don't believe. They have is sweeper here. Yeah. There we go. That's how we drew it up. I don't believe they can beat this card. This matchup we are not prepared for. Like we just have a million bad cards. What are we gonna do here? Like our wastelands are pretty bad against them. What am I boarding at? Bajuka Bog. What am I boarding in? Crop rotation. I guess that's just another protection spell. It's like kind of whatever. Bog. I don't even think we want that, but maybe we do. I think like, we just want max threats and just like let them have the bog if they want to tap out for it. Yeah, let's do this. We don't have much. Like having to keep an endurance is just awful in this matchup, but what can you do? 4 land hand. Thank you for the feedback, always home. Yeah, I think it was correct to take the show and tell there. Like, there's a chance, maybe we rely on Wasteland so they never get to show and tell. But I feel like if they get to show and tell, we just lose, right? Um, the other thing was maybe we're supposed to hold the green sun so we have 2 layers of protection. I just feel that's so. I don't know. I feel that's so playing scared. We go first here. I think this is a mole. One bad card, 2 lands already. Keep endurance. I think can go. This is just a protection spell, more or less, for the Wild Reliquary. I think so too. I think so too. Ideally here. Now, okay, they let the Hierarch go. Interesting. Yeah, I don't love that line for what it's worth. I feel like you and Tower White's game. You just go for the kill there. They have it. They have it. Sure. No land drop. We go for the KO here. The problem is like if we go Reclaimer, maybe they just let it go. I feel like we just go for the KO here. Like there, there's a force check, force or removal check, right? Whatever you want to call it. They probably have it, but yeah. They Rathos guys here. I'm just gonna be very upset. Something is going on here. I think we get the basic just in case. We're gonna bash, see what they do. Actually, we probably should have held it for a threat. I kind of regret that now. I was too trigger happy with that. That's on me. Some Stoneblade nonsense. What are we doing here? I wonder if this is another Mitchell account. Okay. Do we hold? Do we just like bash face here? No. Let's hold up Reclaimer and be responsible. Sure. Is there anything to do here? Probably not. We lost the one force, which is unfortunate, but I think we pitch here. I should have probably played the Kenai. That was a mistake on my behalf. Because it's gonna grow, and that represents lethal. So blunder by me. I feel like they have Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, so I effed up there. Nice. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. Be right back. Yeah, I think we played decently there, except for that one turn. Definitely should have deployed the what's it called, the Kenai. I mean, I don't think we're beating a Supreme Verdict there, so I think we're all in. It's always a buzzkill to lose your round one. Can't get the 5-0 on for the stream, right? I want to go back to the game here. No replays. Never mind. Like we had just a horrendous cards to keep in for the matchup. Let's see, but somehow we made it work, right? Yeah, keeping endurance in the matchup is just horrendous, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? At least it's a flash threat. I mean, it's not the the worst. It's bad. It could be worse, I guess. Double queuing. All right, sure. Let's keep pretty stacked hand, I guess. It's a little awkward. There's a part of me that wonders, should we be playing a higher number of Birds of Paradise over Noble Hierarch? And the reasoning being is, with Thoughtseize main, we're gonna have more hands like this where we want to be able to go turn two, seize Wild Reliquary. Uh, there's no way they're on a combo deck, right? They're probably on initiative, in which case I think I want Hierarch first. This person has never been Exalted is too good. Hey, Shoot Tech, how's it going? Yeah, okay, I kind of expected to be on Tomb. Sure. Uh, I can either grow the white. I don't think that's worth it. You could Fury me here, I guess. In theory, I think getting the thing is better. Getting the Arbor. Actually, the decent chance. We just like run out our thing and just like grow the heck out of white. Yeah. Get in there. What the heck did they keep? Maybe they didn't realize they don't have a source. Sure. Okay. Oh, they have Solitude. That's the only reason why they would do this. There's no reason to um tap out here, so to speak. They have to react to us. There's a Solitude right now. Okay. Okay. So they have the 3-2. I guess it doesn't matter. we're gonna hold this in our hand. Pretend like we have endurance ready to block. Are you kidding me? What kind of troll deck is this? Non-land. We're even punished for the way we sacked. Wow. Okay. Somehow still got there. What the heck do they keep? Okay, that makes sense. Trying to cheese us, I see. God, our like deck is like really poorly configured against them too. And we stole game one. Although I will say this with a slight asterisk, we kind of knew they would not be on a deck where we needed to go with turn one C's. That actually matters a lot. So slight asterisk. Looks like they are a deck that is weak to Force of Vigor potentially. Actually, Snuff Out's probably just like the stone nuts in this matchup. No bog. What do we want here? Force is probably really good. Oof is probably really good. Crop might be decent. We're at 62. This is some depths deck building we're doing here. 62 cards. Kina is like kind of loose. Actually, Reclaimer is like very loose in this matchup. It's too slow. Okay, let's try this. Thoughts on the new Crucible Explorer creature? Could be interesting in all the wastelands. Um, I think it's more fun than good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's definitely cool. Like, the problem is like how often you're gonna tutor for it with 5 mana, where they're not like. I guess like against controls maybe is relevant. I don't know. I think it's more fun than good. Is my take. Some initiative nonsense. Sure, I guess. Okay. But turn two, Key Knight. Just hope our Arbor doesn't die here. What are they doing? Shoot. That's annoying. I guess it's fine. They're gonna take our stuff out, presumably. It's pretty annoying, but well, that's not true. We can cast it later. Yep, that makes sense. We boarded in forces, right? Like, gotta. I have to imagine we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. Just not drawing them, I guess. This is some BS. Honestly, playing in auras in Legacy. Yeah, I mean, like, I think It's probably really good against lands. Like don't get me wrong, it's maybe even incredible against lands. What are we doing here? Cancel. Actually, let's do this. They're mono white, I think. This is probably safe. Let's just pass. The one damage is not worth it. Like that's cute though. Spellbinder plus ward. Ugh, all right. This is really annoying. It's starting to get under my skin. They presumably named the Kenai. They named the Snuff out. All right. I guess they don't really want us to cast Snuff out. It's 4 mana now. There's no way they attack, in my opinion. Grow this. Yeah, they're not. There's no way they're attacking. I will snap block. This is why I don't think Chalice is actually that great against us. I like just start growing the whites. Uh oh. Could be a Solitude coming. Yep, that's what it looks like. Well, yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a hard cast Solitude, I believe. Yep. Where? Yep. Whew. Taking that out. How annoying. Nope. Yep. That makes sense. We gotta draw something relevant here. Aha. How interesting. Okay. This has like a zillion protection on it now, right? Two, and then the. I'll just pass. See what they do. Yeah, we'll just pass. Maybe they do something differently. Cause I just realized this. We kill this right now. We get the other thing back, which is pretty neat. Actually, we cannot because of the freaking ward. All right, that's annoying. Hmm. We go to 5. That's problematic. We have to unlock the other stuff. That was the problem. I wanted to do this, but the ward is actually really annoying. Can life leak too? Alright, just pass. Ir- ir- Ironically enough, endurance is exactly the card we need here. All right, we're just dead. That, now we're just dead. Yep. There's nothing we can do about that. All right, very odd games there. I'm almost tempted to say the endurance is better than reclaimer. I cannot believe I'm saying this matchup because they're weird flyers. They're like really annoying, and the 3/4 body is like ironically not very relevant. So, ooh, this is a hell of a hand. Keep. Mm, do we let that go here? I think we just sure. It's not the end of the world, I guess. Those would be down a card for no reason. If we play the force, it telegraphs that we drew something relevant. Hmm. Do we care? I actually don't think we care. Maybe we just take their white source. That was the other possibility. I guess we can hardcast it later. Like we, it's not the end of the world here. They take either of them. Like the crops, whatever. We can hardcast that later. It gets real interesting if they don't have a land drop. So maybe we were supposed to hit this and then just like stone raid them into oblivion. What are they doing? I feel like I'm getting trolled playing against this deck. Not yet, but maybe later. Not having this second arbor is absolutely killing me though. I think I'm okay trading, right? I get the other thing back. They could have got it anyways. We'll waste them here. I think we get the waste, the cradle. I think, and then actually I'm like screwing this up. I think I want to not draw the cradle and hope they can't cast spells. We're gonna think that's correct. Play this. Hit their mocks. Still able to draw cards. I'm gonna lose to a freaking. That's something, I guess. I need to draw a green sun, like or the whatever immediately. Can we one time get an endurance of green sun? Jesus Christ! Oh. Oh my God! Why? Why cannot we? Just unreal. I actually misplayed though, so it's probably on me. If I'm being fair, no, I don't think you need it. Just don't misplay like I did. It's the solution. I think second talent gates is like training wheels. Speaking of which, the second arbor keeps screwing me. So or lack thereof. What's the play pattern here? Turn one sees, turn two nothing. Got them all. I don't have the second talent gates. Agreed. I could have done that, but I didn't. I don't have it in the deck. What was I gonna say? No, I think where I lost the game was not forcing the turn one play to keep them off that three drop early. That's the difference in winning and losing there. They would have had the Witcher's enchant thing, but that's like whatever, anyways. It's probably correct to just keep them off the mana for science. Yeah, I like we're getting absolutely screwed because I don't have the second arbor in these games here. I'm getting absolutely screwed. I think in this case, we're gonna be mana efficient. I think we pass. Yeah, they can daze it, but like whatever. It's either they top deck or they draw it. Hey, Nico, how's it going? I mean, yes and no. Like, I think we're gonna lose here. I don't know what they're actually. They're 0-3, so I don't know how much this game has, how much value this game actually has. Both lands here are actually ironically bad. Maybe they're not show and tell. So it's on me. Like I should have forced the Chrome Mox. Just overthought it, I guess. Wanted to see what they're gonna play, right? Like off the Chrome Mox. I think I would have won that game for what it, if I don't if I stop playing so poorly right now. I do want the second arbor back. It like keeps haunting me that I don't have it. Sure. Some kind of like days and doing nonsense. Even when you split, they're both useless right now. But we are playing 0-3 deck, so this part doesn't mean anything regardless. I think the big takeaway is I need the second arbor. Like we had the mole hand earlier, which is awful because we didn't have it. And in the gameplay last game, it hurt us pretty badly. Like we didn't have a pitch creatures to pitch. They're nice back. What is with these back to basics decks? Another one. What is going on with Stoneforge Mystic lately? Although it's really like one player or two players maybe. Yep. Okay. The endurance deck is not supposed to be the Stoneforge Mystic deck, but somehow we're getting there. Actually, that's not true. Now that we know, okay, walk with me here. Now that we know they're on Stoneforge Mystic, actually, that instead of just conceding. We can bring in the pithing needles. How many endurances can we stomach? Probably just two. Stuff out is probably horrendous, but maybe better than endurance. I don't love this, to be honest. Needle, I guess, can shut off some Jace nonsense or like Narset nonsense too. Yeah, let's try this. The Snowball probably hits like some weird thing like Containment Priest, but ugh. The moral of the story today is I think the second Arbor is like needed. As greedy as not greedy, but as aggressive as my mana base is. And I need to stop misplaying. That's the thing about this deck that I think is tough for people. Basically, one of the requirements is you're not allowed to misplay. Needed one turn earlier. I'm gonna play around the Spell Pierce here that they have like one of. So I think our line here is they're probably hiding removal if I were to get or back to basics on top. And I'm almost assuredly gonna go seize into Reclaimer. But we'll see what we'll see what this first seize does. There's the back to basic that we can actually play around. We take the prismatic ending, I have to imagine. They could theoretically just force this here, and we're down a land. Maybe that's okay. Oh, that actually plays right into what I want to do. Interesting that they pitched a brainstorm. I think we just take the back to basics right now because I don't want to have to play through it. Like we have guys cradle and like things like that. What do they have? Some planeswalker presumably. Fairy. Okay, I don't think I care. We care to an extent, but like not really. Actually, cancel. Let's do this. Oh my god. Super punished. Okay, that's my fault. I believe in the once upon a time I got punished. I'm supposed to hit a land there and then play a dork. Then it's the same, but extremely, extremely punished. Maybe we have to board out Wasteland in this matchup. The way they're fetching, very awkward for sure. Okay, this is problematic now. It's very hard for us without natural order to deal with a Condra complete. Let's see what they do. Are they gonna let the Stoneforge die? Uh, I might have to. Uh-oh. Is that removal? Okay. Gris learning, earning a spot here. I think we have to take out the Stoneforge. Like, we lose otherwise. They bounce the thing dies too, so like they tick up, that's fine. We just attack. Now they have a dead card in their hand. Lifesaver, okay. I'm never speak ill of you again, Gris. These wasteland look completely awful though. I probably have to board them out. They messed up. They should have done that earlier. It's not how that works. Asterisk on this game already. There's an asterisk on this game already. If we win this game, like our opponent is not playing optimally. Like the Teferi's in trouble now because they messed up. Chase. The thing is, like, I'm not even sure any of these cyborg games would cards would have met endurance. I guess, like as a threat. I guess that's better than the wastelands that are just looking real awful right now. Ugh, okay. Shoot, 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 shoot. These wastelands look hideous right now. Attack Jace. I don't think they maybe they block. I don't know. I lose Gris anyways if I tick down and kill the Stoneforge Mystic. So I maybe I'm supposed to just plus. Although there's a chance they don't have a land. Actually, they probably don't because if they had the thing, they would have just blocked. I'm gonna tick down. Let's see what happens. We're gonna take a chance. They have well, actually, if they have one more land, we just lose. I think we lost regardless. I don't see how we're beating the the germ token. Aside from top deck Thoughtseize, actually that's what we need right now. We need the third Thoughtseize to top deck. I'm trying to think like how do we beat the thing? Like now that we have Gris like off the table. That was one of my mistakes before. Oh, I don't like where this is going. All right, the game has been lost. Too many dead wasteland draws here. I gotta board them out. I guess it's kind of like Stoneblade ish deck. They even messed up with the dress down, but like we can't capitalize because we have two virtual deck draws. All right, we're not beating this. Maybe they misplay like the way that they've been doing. Like we can eke it out, but that's not the point of the stream. Is to learn. Um, yeah, I think snuff out is probably correct. Let's get these wastelands out of here. The saga is probably relevant to be honest. It's just another threat. Sure, I like it. We're learning as we go. I think of the treasure meme where the person's like mining and he's almost at the treasure and he just gave up too early. That's kind of where we are, I think, with a no natural order build. We were giving up too early. This F6. Probably gonna go. We're not respect days. We're probably gonna go reclaimer off the hierarch. If that draws a force, then we'll go into white. Regardless, when we go reclaimer into white. Save the needle for next turn. Maybe that draws out force. Who knows? dramatic ending. Yep. This is the problem I was afraid of. Uh, we're gonna need to. The 3 points of damage not worth. Well, maybe it is. They're gonna tap out for back to base. Maybe we want that. To be honest, they're gonna spend 3 mana to lock down one of ours. Stone Rain. Maybe that's okay. If they want to do that, they can do that. We have enough mana to cast everything we need, anyways. I think it's coming. Yeah. Yep. I think I'll take that trade. I actually think we're winning in that trade because they spent 3 mana to lock down one of ours, and would have pitched us away anyways. And we got the extra 3 damage. I think that we made the correct play. If they supreme here, we just lost, right? We're not playing around that though. It seems like it. It seems like it. What is going on? There we go. Uh oh, that scares me. Why are they tapping for 5? Okay, I guess. It's game. Okay, not quite yet, I guess. This is very, very awkward. This is very, very awkward. So they're gonna bounce the batter skull and then play it again. We can force the trade by Arbor. It's like really awkward, but I think we have to. They're gonna do it in response, presumably. We still name it because otherwise they can just keep bouncing it, and that's like very annoying for us. hard cast here. It's gonna force the trade. That's fine. They can't do it anymore. Did I have a chance to do it the previous turn? Maybe not. I think I had to tap that. I know, right? I think I had to tap out, or I guess the C's. I could have done it maybe and named the batter skull. I didn't think about it. I have done that. I have done that. I'm pretty sure I messed up some sequence earlier. I feel like we could have stopped that batter skull from coming down a second time if I had played the needle and just thought. I forgot about that clause, to be honest. They're getting this something for the needle to bounce. I think it's prismatic. Okay, they're cutting off black, perhaps. Sure. Yikes! These snuff outs just. This is what the grist is for, I guess. Oh my god, what are these draws from our opponent? This one's on me. I'm pretty sure I could have. I'm sure since we had Mott's here, he would have won this game. I didn't foresee the batter skull like coming down a second time before it was too late, and we're gonna lose now because of that. With these snuff outs like dead in our hand. How many snuff outs did we board in? Like, yeah, maybe endurance is correct. Just as another threat. We're definitely light on threats. Fair enough. Thank you for making me feel better. It's already over. I'm just playing through it. Ugh. We're 1-3 today. And I feel like outside the first match, like where we threw 2 matches probably. I need to not misplay. I keep I need, like with this version that I'm. I guess if you want to call it growing pains, right? I think you are right, Mods. I think we overcompensated. I think with Gris in our deck, we didn't need to be all in on stopping Stoneforge Mystic. And I think the needles probably would have been enough because you can hit Jace or like I guess in this case Batter Skull too. And I think we keep some number of endurance. The matchup is bad, I think, because we don't have enough cards, and Kenai is kind of like shaky already. Yeah, let's just concede. I don't. We're not winning this game. All right. Abysmal performance by me today. I think it's bad for a few reasons. I think it's bad because they have sweepers. I think it's bad also because our graveyard he does like nothing against them. I think it's also bad because this version has Wasteland that does nothing against them. I think with optimal play, like we probably should have won the match because our opponent gave us an avenue, and I don't. I suspect they're not playing optimally, but I do think it's a bad matchup because of the way the configuration is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too I'm not too concerned about the results. I'm more concerned about learning and the audience, having a good time slash learning. And I do think we accomplished at least the first half. I do think I learned something from this today. This is a slam dunk. It's funny because I built this deck to hopefully pair into Mystic Forge, and I have not played against it yet in 2 leagues. So like I said, I this I'm playing like you know what, like dog water on stream right now, but I did punt the 5-0 like from yesterday's league. So I do think there's something here. Looks like ninjas or something, or affinity. Could be hammer. I didn't even cross my mind, but yeah, it could be. I do think some number of wasteland is correct for what it's worth. Like I just think why the reliquary and reclaimer, just the power level increase that they get from it is too high to not play some number. I don't know if three is the right number. Maybe that's too much, but also the natural order package. I wonder if that would have helped us. For sure, it helped out with last matchup, but again, I did punt, so there's that. What's going on here? They tapped this. I feel like some shenanigans are going on here. They might. Does Sigartha's aid have flash? I forget. Does anybody know? I don't play modern enough to know that card. All right, sure. Okay, thank goodness. I think it gives flash. There's something with flash on that card. There you go. That's what it is. I knew I was forgetting something. Double wasteland. Here we come. We really are just a Maverick deck now. Just like trying to LD people on the ground. Have I looked at any of the new cards? Not really. The question here is like, why do they keep holding a mana? Presume maybe because they want a saga. It almost feels. Oh, nice. You hasted 1818. How do you get haste? It almost feels like they have removal. It's just is Wasteland worth it here? Maybe not. Because they have mana anyways, so maybe not. I'm just gonna leave up that. Oh, that was a mistake by me. I was supposed to do that on draw step, and I took off the stop. Oh, sure. Makes sense, I guess. Probably like anger or something in the graveyard. guess it'll be this. Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that. Oh, boots makes sense. Sure. I don't know what we're playing. I like almost want to concede this match. Like we're not getting out of this anything out of this matchup. This is what we get for being the 1-3 bracket, though. So it's on me. I don't think there's a point in Wasteland. They have a lot of mana. I think we just get Cradle and just like go nuts with Kenai and Lair. Actually, we can't even it's like missing a type unless I sack the Arbor, which I don't really want to do. I guess I have no choice. Oh, that was a mistake by me. I should have an extra mana. I screwed up. Screwed up. Yeah, see, I cut the Arbor mana short, and then because of that, I screwed up. Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm sure it does, actually. This should be a 4-4. I like bombed that. And ironic enough, this is a 3-3. So I will be penalized for that. Not my best showing tonight. Okay, the swords that was telegraphed for years finally comes out. It's on me. I lost the layer for no reason. Not that it really matters. Like they can just chump the Ornithopter anyway. I don't know what's going on their side, but it must be Hammer Time because they're not even blocking with the construct. What is going on? What is up? Oh my god, my opponent didn't do anything this game. Hmm. Maybe yeah. This probably has no text in this matchup. Uh, how convinced are we that they're on Hammer Time? I definitely want forces regardless. There's like a million artifacts that we saw. Kenai looks pretty loose in this matchup. Like we're gonna only keep it in if there's nothing else. That if they have Sakara's aid, the collective doesn't even do anything. I don't even know if it does anything in this matchup. I guess Springleaf is like a thing, but it feels like I don't want that. Maybe the Snuff Outs, or is that too much removal? We didn't even see any creatures from our opponent. We didn't see any creatures from our opponent. I don't think we want Seas. No Bog. Crot Rot is probably relevant. That's it. Keen just kept in as just like a inferior threat, but an inferior threat is better than no threat. So this is a hand. Uh, as mentioned before, actually this match here doesn't mean anything, but like the other matchups, I play a little bit better. I think we win most of them. I do think that the deck is built wrong though. There's two things that concern me right now about the deck building. For sure, we need the second arbor. That's to me that is very apparent tonight. Sure, sure. I wanted them to have this. A lot of times I would consider doing this, but like, okay. I think we take the high arc. The land is like kind of interesting too. Yeah, I think we take the high arc. Probably that. Yeah, I don't think we want the card disadvantage later on. So just force pitch force, and we're just like miles ahead now. They swords this. That's probably fine. Play the reclaimer. They don't swords it. They're probably just in way big trouble. I'm like playing for the kill here. Not, the scared play is reclaimer, just safekeeper into reclaimer, but I'm playing for the kill. What am I? What are we afraid of here? Okay, useless card. It's game ready. We have the snuff out already ready in hand. This match is already over, in my opinion. And this is the KO here that we're going for. Again, this game has been over for a while already. They haven't realized it yet. I think we're just gonna waste them into oblivion here. Might as well get the extra damage in. I mean, in their defense, they don't know we have a backup snuff out, but yes. Actually, it was a little loose of me here, like to go for the extra damage just to get the guys critical because maybe they play a saga and suddenly we get punished. So that was a little bit hasty of me to do that, but I just we are just so far. Hey, I just wanted this game to be over with. To be fair, yeah, that is accurate, mods. So you know, an unimpressive 2-3, but like I said, pilot error in a lot of these losses. The irony is, I actually played, I think, correctly here, perhaps, and then we got punished with some insane draws from our opponent. I don't know if you were on earlier, Mods. The decision was essentially, do we take the show and tell from Reanimator, or because they had like I think Shallow Grave and Entomb, but we had triple Endurance in our hand, but we tapped out for one turn to play our threat, so we couldn't actually pitch both, and then we died because they top deck Force. Um, Maybe that was a mistake on our behalf. I don't know. I don't if we're supposed to take the show and give them the show and tell or and take away their thing. But then if they do that, then our triple endurance is like kind of bad. I wanted our endurances, I guess, to have value, but it's possible. Yeah, I guess I wanted our endurances to have value. Maybe the correct line was to actually just hold up 3 mana and uh and do it that way. I think at the time it made sense, but I can see a scenario where like there's another line I just didn't think of at the time, which was maybe instead of tapping out because we had endurance. Because long story short, we got into a scenario where I drew Green Sun and our 4 cards were 3 endurances and a Green Sun. So I tapped out for Wild Reliquary, and then I lose, I guess, to Force top deck there. But it, maybe the correct line was just not to tap out for Wild Reliquary and like hard cast an endurance or something like that. Maybe that's correct. The problem is like I feel like it's too scared, right? Like if you hardcast the endurance, you're still in the same spot next turn. Like you still lose to one force because you can't have enough cards to do everything. So it's probably correct to tap out. I think I'm okay with the play. I can live with that. And then because I don't think we can beat a show and tell later on, and our clock was not like especially fast or anything. But you know, just food for thought, I guess. All right. Anybody have any questions? I think with this list, oops, wrong one. I think we definitely have some changes to make. We might have been able to, you know, get away with it in our previous league without it, but I think we definitely need that second arbor. Like it was continually hurting us. We just cut like a fetch, Misty or something. The other one I'm less sure about is 3 wasteland the correct number. Maybe it's two and just we play more like a combo deck, right? Maybe Maybe it's two. You have enough for it to be natural. Um, I think guys critical like maybe too strong not to play, right? You're talking about Wasteland, right? Like you're thinking like that, maybe 3 Cradle, 2 Wasteland. Might be a meta where you can cut on snuff. Yeah, I'm like very hesitant to do that. We can cut the oof to be honest. Like it's like kind of extra. Although Oof is like one of the reasons I Mystic Oof is there really for Mystic Forge, but I think Wasteland might arguably be better against Mystic Forge than the Oof. Their mana base is like kind of fragile. We have the You would be hesitant to play more than one what Wasteland. I think the first Wasteland is definitely needed. Like based on the testing in recent days, I think the first Wasteland is definitely needed, and the reason why is because like the power level of white and reclaimer go up a lot. By the like, if you see your opponent stumble, one wasteland that's the end of the game. For like, I think one is a must, and two maybe is extra. So we can go. We do that. Maybe play the Grist main. I don't know. It three definitely felt like too much. Like you pair into like a Jeskai player, and suddenly like you just have all these dead cards. Not to mention the endurance is already sus against them. I could see something like this. Was a lifesaver for what it's worth. Like, I mean, we lost that game, but I'm again process oriented, right? Also, yeah, 22 is probably fine if we're not playing more Wasteland main. I think that's probably accurate. I don't think you want it against Maverick personally. Depths. It's weird because we are a tap out deck, so you can't really just like leave Wasteland up until like later. The irony is they compete with each other, but they're better with each other, namely Guy's Cradle and Wasteland. Uh, Question is, do we want 22 or 23 lands? What do you think, Mats? I love this deck building. Do we want 23 lands and we fit the second Wasteland? Or maybe we just want 23 lands regardless? Feels like we're going to flood, but maybe not. I feel better about 23 lands if we're on two Wasteland main. If I only have one main, I like don't love it as much because this, especially without natural, this deck has the propensity for flooding a lot. You like lands? Okay. What do you think? 23rd one's the Wasteland or another fetch? Yeah. I don't. Maybe it's fine. I thought about Raminat, but like it feels like win more. Like assembling Raminat plus Wasteland is not that easy in my opinion. Like just based on limited games that I've played. If I believe in Wasteland, play Wasteland. I do, but three definitely felt like too much there on the main deck. Uh, but it does pair really well with Cradle. We just keep it for now. This goes back to the sideboard, something like this. Two, just to make sure that they respect it a little bit, and then you have like more on the sideboard. But yeah, like I mentioned, I definitely felt like we needed a second Arbor. And then the collector even that was like a spare slot anyway, so it doesn't matter. Something along these lines, probably. The first ley line just for the blowout, right? That's really what that slot is for. I've been like losing a ton to oops in leagues, so I feel like this is probably necessary. Like I'll lose game one, win game two, lose game three. That's typically how it works against that deck. And there's like nothing I can do from a play patterns perspective. It's just like, did I mulligan correctly? And if I didn't draw open with hate or if they stumble, it's like often determined by that. All right. Anybody have any questions? Thank you everyone for hanging out. Actually, Carrion Lich. I will DM you and Mats. Actually, Mats probably doesn't even need these promo codes because he wins so much. But I have some giveaway codes if for those who want to hang out a little bit. Give me 1 second. Actually, maybe I thought I got them, but maybe not. Maybe I don't have them yet. I apologize. If that's the case. Oh, they'll be sent out tomorrow. Okay, my apologies. I misread the email. So Carrie and Lich, if I forget, please DM me on Discord or whatnot or Twitter. You can reach me with my socials as well. But my promo codes will be sent out tomorrow, so I'm gonna send out one to Carrie and Lich. Also for his consulting fees, right? I'll give one to Mots. If he doesn't need and want to gives to somebody else, he's welcome to donate. All right, I think that does it. Always home. They're here. Just send me a DM as well. Mots doesn't need it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Uh, Send me a DM as a reminder. And the promo code comes in tomorrow. I call it the stimulus package, right? And anybody have any thoughts, any comments? I'm actually curious what Mods thinks. I know you like more lands. Would you like playing the second land, or you play just another fetch or the fourth cradle as your 23rd land Mods? I'm curious. And and obviously, I think you still want natural order, but it's kind of hard. Like it eats into all of these like haymaker slots. You think the second wasteland's fine? Okay, sure. Um, yeah, threes felt like a lot. Like you draw the wrong time. Maybe the thing is like we need to play natural order in the sideboard perhaps. So if we play natural order, let's just do this, and we accept that this is just like what the metagame calls for. Where's natural order? We gotta cut 4 slots. This is the easy cut. This is also probably an easy cut. This is probably an easy cut. And then there's one left. Maybe this is what it looks like. No, I can't, unfortunately. It doesn't turn on delirium. The sorcery is hard to reach in this deck. The three that are kind of easy. It is, yeah. Sorcery is the hard one to get. Creature is easy because of Arbor. Land is obviously easy. Instant is not that is yeah. Once upon a time in postboard you have snuff outs anyways or force of vigor, so those three are relatively easy. It's the fourth one that is kind of hard. Well, I'm thinking of like for Kenai too, right? Like Kenai has help because you can get your opponent's instance of sorcery. The instant is probably difficult too. So my experience is it's not consistent at all. And also, I think with natural order, you probably want at least 3 cradles. Yeah, it is, and I don't think it's worth it to play baubles or things like that. Gris is like kind of a necessary evil only if you don't play natural order. I think it's like a must because then you like lose to DNT randomly because you don't have a way to go over the top of these creature decks. Yeah. What do you think, Mots? Reasonable to play natural order on the sideboard? You just have your anti graveyard, anti combo cards main. You're like pre boarded against Reanimator, and then you have like this package to like beat the random stuff like DNT. I think it's better than playing with that. I think I agree with that too. Like, I think I agree with that too. No crop rotation, like, is probably fine if we're just like mainboarding it. All right, I'll. This is just food for thought. All right, I'll raid. Let's see. Oh, shout out to Everin for the raid, by the way. You have a second target for order. I think Attrax is good enough. I don't think it's worth the slot personally. I've uh yes and no. The percentage actually comes out to be that you will screw yourself more by having a second target than actually not being able to tutor for it, is the math. So if you feel free to believe me or not. If you want, I can go over it. Long story short, for you to be screwed by not having the target is you have to have a natural order in hand as well. And for you to be screwed the other way is you just have to draw one of the natural order targets. So long story short, the math works out. You don't want the second natural order target if you believe in math. If you don't believe in math, then I can't argue with you. But that's the logic, right? Like it's two cards in hand versus the one card in hand being screwed. So that's the short version. What was I gonna say? Yes. So actually, I have won a lot of games where I drew the tracks a natural order for white. I untap with white and they lose. So that comes up a lot. All right. I think I will call it a night. I will raid PT bench now.